Welcome to the A1 podcast. My name is Moya Lauren-Tubba and I am your host for today and almost every other day. And I am so excited to have this conversation because it's something that I've noticed quite a bit when it comes to the media industry, social media, and essentially traditional and new media, so digital media. And so it's something that I see a lot and something that I wanted to have a conversation with you about. And so like always, make sure you engage with this podcast. If you are listening to it on any podcast platform, make sure you take a screenshot and tag us at theA1.co. And if you're watching the video version, you can always let me know your comments in the comment section down below. You can like, subscribe, do all the things that us YouTubers and podcasters always ask you to do. So let's go into this conversation of fame versus money. Now, this might sound like a really weird thing, but essentially I have always loved the media industry. I've loved it since I was a kid. I was that child sitting in front of the TV. My dad used to, I don't know if it was tease me or scold me. I don't know which one of the two it was. But essentially he would always say, you watch so much TV. You watch other people make money. Like, get up and do something. Okay, it's probably more on the scolding part. But essentially, I've always been interested in the media industry. I've always been interested in media. And obviously now with social media being new media, it's essentially something that I have a lot of experience in. So before heading into the media world, I always thought that if I saw you on TV, if I saw you as an actor, presenter, anything that has to do with media, even music, sometimes even fashion, that if you were in those things, you were probably making a lot of money. Which I feel like we now know there's a general consensus that that is definitely not the case. But one thing I'm seeing a lot more of is that there are some people who are actually okay with being famous and not necessarily being wealthy, not necessarily making a lot of money from it. So let's talk about the creator whose success is maybe more fame-based. They, from my experience, and again, it's not limited to any of these things I've said. It's probably more that you can, if you have any thoughts on, please do share with us. But I've noticed that with creators who are maybe more focused on the fame aspect for them, they love it because of the opportunities it avails them. They're not necessarily focused on it bringing revenue to maybe have it be something that maintains their lifestyle or anything like that. They want to be able to say that they have, 1 million followers and they love the response that comes from that. They want to be able to go to top events and their access to that is through the success of their social media platform. And so for this kind of creator, they just love the doors that their content opens. They are good with that. They are happy with that. They want to be able to, attend the events that they maybe otherwise would not be able to attend, whether that's from massive award shows to travel opportunities. They might just love the fact that people engage with them when they see them on the street and say hi and all of those things. And so for them, it's an addition to experience life in a fuller way. It's not necessarily something that they want to make into a revenue stream that provides for them. And then on the other hand, you have those who want it to be. They want to know that the investment that they are putting in their content is bringing the returns that they want financially. It's giving them the ability to buy whatever they want to buy, to live where they want to live, to have the lifestyle that they want to enjoy and have that be based on the money that comes from the work they do as a content creator. Which is, I would say, the category that I fall into. Now, when it comes to these two categories, now they are, again, great categories. The fact that you're more fame focused or let's say opportunity focused, because I think maybe the fame aspect maybe has like a negative connotation to it, but you just want opportunities that come from being a content creator. So that's one box. And you're not necessarily concerned with money. So that's one box. And then you have those who want to make it their business. They want to know that the investment they're putting in is bringing certain returns that can fund their lifestyle. So here are these two categories. Now, the problem I often see is when one is putting in actions for one category, but they actually want to be in the other category. So let's start with somebody who says that they want to make money, but all that they're really putting effort into is all the fame aspects of content creation. Now, I'm going to give you an example of this. When working with creators, sometimes I realize that okay, this individual says that they want to make money from their content. They want to be able to work full time, as a content creator. They want to be able to make money that funds their lifestyle. But when it comes to actually doing the work, they're always so focused on the vanity metrics. They're so focused on just getting more followers, not necessarily those followers making money for them or that community bringing in money for them. Sometimes they're just so focused on getting to events, even though the events don't necessarily bring money, And so I find that sometimes a big challenge with creators sometimes that they're not true to themselves of what category or what they want for themselves and are willing to do the work. And I find a big aspect and a big identifier of this is actually when it comes to what do you put effort in and what do you seek returns from. Some people seek returns from just making more followers, just having more followers, because there is how do I put this? There's like a response that people give you when you say you have 1 million followers or 100,000 followers. A lot of people will respond to that positively and be like, oh my gosh, how do you do that? And some people really, really, really like that feeling because it makes them feel like they've done something that is unique to this world, which is completely fine. However, I do feel like that should be a category that you are completely fine with and you are okay with. I think in the creator industry, sometimes when we have people who are more, focused on the opportunities rather than the money situation, speak on the money situation, they sometimes confuse a whole bunch of people. And so I find that if as a creator, you really just want the most incredible opportunities from creating content, that is great. That is valid. Lean into that. But also speak from that point of view, speak from that truth. I think, being in the media industry, the assumption is that the fact that you're well known for something means that your lifestyle is funded by that thing. And that's not necessarily true. I think the problem becomes when and I find this with some creators, is that they say they want the money to fund their lifestyle, but they're not willing to do the work that actually comes with it because their goals are set on the fame attributes. It's focused on the opportunity attribute. Now, the combination of the two is also completely okay. Let's understand that. I do think that, having fame and wealth together, that is great. And if so, and if the combination of the two is something that you desire, my advice is to spend a little bit more time on the money aspect, because fame is actually really, really, let me not lie. I was going to say it's really, really easy to get. I mean, technically it is if you're willing to just do anything to get it. Fame is something that can come really easily. But it's not something that lasts if you don't have the knowledge, the strategical intelligence, the money, making skills, which are skills. Those are skills that you can learn and, what is it? Upwork, upscale? What? Upskill. There we go. And upskill yourself on. Thanks, Jared. And so the combination of the two things is definitely possible. And if that is the desire to have that merging of the two, which is great. I want that to a degree, but I think I want my business side to weigh a lot higher than the fame aspect. And of which for somebody else, the fame aspect weighs a little bit more than the money aspect, and they maybe make money from other ways. And so having the combination of the two is also completely all right. I just think that if you want the combination, then spend a little bit more time on the money aspect, because those are skills that are a little harder to establish and to set into motion. But once you do, then it's great. I mean, for me, I had to take courses, even the program that we created, it wasn't because I was just bored one day, but I'd actually been part of several programs, and I felt like I could actually contribute to what's happening on the continent for African creators. And that was confirmed by working with, TikTok and YouTube and all these platforms, and working with the creators on those platforms. But so having the merging of the two is completely okay. I just feel like the skills necessary for money making are a lot harder than the skills for fame. Like for fame and stuff like that, listen, you can tell the most dramatic story online and people will follow you and they're curious about it, so things like that come into play. So this fame versus money conversation, I really want to know your thoughts about it. It's something that I've seen a lot more with creators, and either side is completely okay. I think now the more I mature in life and things like that, I always just say that the goals that you have for yourself, pursue them and be honest with yourself. You should have times where you're willing to really, really listen to yourself and say, what do I want? Not what does society want for me, not what my parents want for me or my siblings or my friends or any of those things. Like, what do I truly want for myself? And put that into motion. And those are the things that are going to bring fulfillment. Because when you even fail on doing what you want to do, you genuinely feel better about that than failing on something that somebody else wanted you to do. That then becomes irritating. I don't know, maybe it's just me, that's how I feel. And so the pursuit of what you truly want is all right, and being honest with yourself about that and standing on that. I think people that we admire in this world are people who are able to be true to themselves, even in areas that are not socially acceptable or commonly wanted by, whether it's like family wants this for you or friends want this for you. I think being completely honest with yourself is something that's truly key, and then having those actions back it up. For the full version of this chat, make sure you check it out on all available podcast platforms. So yeah, I am so curious to know your thoughts. Again, if you're listening to this on podcast platforms, please screenshot it, tag me at the-a1.co. I really want to know your thoughts on this. And if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section or on social media by tagging us at the-a1.co. And if you're like, I am leaning more towards making money and having it be a skill that I want to learn, making money from digital content, make sure you check, there's a video out right here. This one, the 3 monetization types I believe every single content creator needs. This one right here. Click there, click.